Ah, it's a good drink. Okay. Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to the SSRG podcast. So, my name is Jamie, and in Superstar SMTOWN, JYPNATION, BTS, PLEDIS, and Starship, I am known as Image, and that's Image with a J. So, in each of those games, I am fairly high ranked. So, I'm Master 3 in SM and JYP and BTS, and in PLEDIS, I am Plat 3, and in Starship, well, now it's only the second week, but I am in the highest possible. That's bronze too, but that is the highest possible at the moment. So, yeah, so in those games, I am fairly high ranked, and my name would be Image. That's Image with a J, so like IMAJE. So I've been playing Superstar Rhythm games for over 2 years. So, and I've seen many updates and changes, and even new game releases like BTS and Play. They're all new games. So hopefully whatever I talk about in the next hour or so, I'll be able to share my opinion about it in a very clear way. So hopefully I can provide to you a better understanding about what kind of updates, whether they're healthy for the game, and what's the best way of approaching this new updated content. And so this episode is being recorded on the week of, I don't know, hold on, give me a second. Okay, so today is November 3rd. So that means 4 days ago was Halloween, and 2 days ago was my birthday. Oh my gosh, birthday special. So yeah, this week's a little bit late because I've been busy celebrating things. Yeah, so but I'll be able to record this now. So I gotta okay, so I will be talking, so I'll just be talking about this week in the the order that the games were updated in throughout the week. So yeah, so this is Superstar Starship's first update after the game release. So they updated Monsta X's new song called Follow, and they have the most interesting thing about this update is not the actual update itself. Okay, the update itself is interesting, but Wonho announced that he would be departing from and will no longer be a part of Monsta X, the group, and he'll also be no longer a part of Starship Entertainment, the whole thing in itself. So that is a very unexpected thing. First of all, for Monsta X Monbebes in general, but this is an even more unexpected thing. Like, okay, because a couple days before the announcement of Wonho leaving Monsta X, there was the announcement of Woojin leaving Stray Kids, but we'll get to that when we talk about Superstar JYP. So, yeah. So first we'll talk about the actual update in itself. So, with Wonho, just kidding. Let's not talk about Wonho. Let's talk about Monsta X. Monsta X is a group in itself. So, their new theme is called Follow. So that's what it looks like, and it's a nice theme. So I think the most interesting thing about this is that they had a thing that they called the Monsta X PCP 10. But if you bought it within the first day or so, then it would only contain follow cards. But they patched it out at a later point in time. They like hotfixed it. But during the time, if you say like, "Hey, why do I only have?" Is it because the description it says that it would give a Monsta X PCP 10 along with three. I believe those were three follow cards, but there's a good chance it could also just be three Monsta X A cards. But if you bought it and it was only like $19 USD, then you got a complete PCP just filled with the new theme. And that is honestly, if you bought it within the first day, this is a super simple event. Yeah, so for the event in itself, it is extremely friendly. So you have the standard play songs for, these play songs for A card or B card of the new theme. And then you have individual member missions, but they all give somewhat different prizes. So you have RP 10,000 and card pack 10s, normal card pack 10s, and then A cards. So honestly, the A cards are pretty bad, in my opinion, because you don't necessarily need those. But 10,000 RP in value, that's pretty good just for having the event, but it is requiring you to have the A card or above. However, during this release time with a whole bunch of free things being given out, like they had like compensation, premium card pack 30s, and headphones, and with the whole open event that gives you like bunch of free cards everywhere. This is not that bad of an event if you've saved for it. And you also have the star collecting event that also gives you more stuff. So anyways, yeah, so that is the event for the Monsta X comeback, and I realized that with Wonho leaving Monsta X, there's a good possibility that whatever signed clear prize that you get would probably not have his signature on it. So that's something to think about. But in terms of the actual game, right now there's actually not that many songs. So if you've if you've played it for a week already, it honestly does already feel kind of stale, because you can play and you can collect a whole bunch of RP for stuff, but then you also know that eventually this game will get a PUC, and it would be the best time to be spending during that PUC. Like, you know, like I guess that's how it is for all the games, but then like I would say that the first, like, for sure guaranteed PUC would probably be for Christmas or New Year or something along those lines. So if you just wait for like another month or like a month and a half, then you will get an announcement for PUC for this game. So like honestly right now it's like you can play and that's cool, but it'd be nice if we had some sort of resource gathering, because right now it's honestly incredibly slow, because it has also been 11 days, I believe, from the top of my head. And there are still no ads. So you only get a 10% bonus. Okay, so if you are in Bronze 2, such as I, the professional Bronze 2 player, you'll get a 10% RP bonus for song clears. And so, well, if you have like if you have a group that scores 3.4 million, that is around that's like 595 RP. So then you also get 10% bonus that gives you like around another 60. So that's like 650 RP for one headphone play. Now is the essential time for you to be able to watch ads while grinding, but they're not letting us for whatever reason. So until we get ads in this game, it is not fun to be grinding at the moment, because PLEDIS got their ads added within the first 3 days after the 3 days of the game release, and it has been closing in on 2 weeks. It has already been a game update, and they have not updated with ads. Now it might be weird to be saying like, hey, come on, like, why won't they monetize the game? It's like, that's not necessarily the point. The point is like, it's okay to monetize if it means that, because the way that ads work is that it will double your base RP. So if you play like SM and JYP for a while, and then when they added ads, you're like, what would I watch? It's like, because the Master 3 bonus is 140% RP. So you say you get like 500. So you get like 500 RP for a song play. So if you get 140, that means you get 500 plus another 40%. So that would be divided by 100. That'd be 200, right? So then that means if you get 500 RP, you'll get like, if you get 500 RP for a song play, with the Master 3 bonus, you'll get 700 RP. And then you're like, wow, that's a lot of RP. Why would I need to watch ads if it only gives me another 100%? Some people watch ads anyway, because honestly, it's ads are amazing, because you only get so many plays with your headphones, right? And so essentially, if you have ads, you just double the value of your headphones. It doesn't matter if your bonus would have to be more or less than whatever your song play reward was, but you just double the headphones. Like, come on. I mean, double the RP, not the headphones. You double the value of your headphones to a certain degree. So no ads in Starship means that this game is kind of a struggle to play at the moment. But, you know, besides that, still an early game. See, you know, more development. Now, I guess the next thing to see next week is whether or not they will update another Monsta X song. But there are other things. I'll go over it later. So let's all be talking about Starship for now. The next game that was updated this week was New East. So not much happened in PLEDIS. So they updated If We, which is another song on the New East album. So that is 2 New East updates in a row. So I guess that can only mean that next week we're gonna get 17 subunit updates. Get ready for Back It Up. You heard it here first, folks. So you have the New East ballad playlist, which is not a bad event. The only problem is that ballads are super boring to play. So 5 clears for a song for you, and then 3 of those are hard mode. Okay, so like, what PLEDIS, I've noticed PLEDIS tends to do is that on the in-between weeks, they will have they'll have more resource-driven song event updates. So that would just mean that they'll give you like a whole bunch of RP for whatever reason. Or they just like give it to us. I don't know. So this one is, looking at it, it's like it shouldn't be that good, but it's like okay. It's like okay for now. The only problem is like, dude, Daybreak takes so long to play because it goes through JR's verse. It's like 2.5 minutes. Like, it's crazy long. Kim Bumju. Okay. Birojo. Oh, wait, is that the Lend a Shoulder? That's a pretty fun song. Okay. But anyways, so it's a song for you. I think that's Lend Me a Shoulder, and the last one is Daybreak. But Daybreak is super long. And then if you clear all the songs, you get a PCP 10. Like, it's okay. I'd rather get like 30,000 RP. Feels better than a PCP 10 because just might be all B cards, I mean, it's not gonna be all B cards, but it's pretty much gonna be every time there's a premium card pack reward in the PLEDIS and Starship style games, doesn't feel good at all. Same thing with BTS. PCP 5 or 10 just most of the time is not worth anything. But it exists. There's a chance that someone out there will get something amazing. But this is just a resource event, and it is not that solid of a resource event, but it exists. So that do with that with what you will. Okay, English. And they also have the New East 7 days love gift. So this is the first profile pictures, Ellie profile pictures for New East. So 17 got like 3. They had one for Our Dawn, they had another one for Hit, and they had another one for An Ode. And 17 Hip Hop had one for, oh god, something dumb. Like, it's like 17 Tour, and then they decided to give profile pictures for a hip hop unit. It's like, okay, well, but after all this time, New East finally has theirs. The only problem that I have with these pictures is that Ren's looks absolutely terrifying. That doesn't look like him. Anyways, yeah. So that is that. So next week I'm expecting more hip hop. Like if they're probably never gonna update Prism, but it'd be amazing if they did. So yeah. Moving on. This game is Superstar BTS. So BTS is in an in-between state, I would describe at the moment. So they have Young Forever, Save Me verse 2, which is more difficult than verse 1, and it is, in my opinion, more difficult than Fire verse 2. Yeah, I know, right? It sounds weird, but it does. But they also finally released these Halloween LE profile pictures, which is weird considering they released it after the LE sale, the actual LE sale. Like, maybe they're thinking like they can't even they can't be giving diamonds away for people to spend on premium card packs, so they want them to buy the actual LE recommended packs for actual money. It's weird. I don't know, whatever. But they also decided to do something that was really interesting. So the HYYH, Young Forever theme package. So they have theme 1, theme 2, and theme 3. Prisms, specific prisms available. A Prism S card for that theme available for 250 diamonds. And then PCP 10 thrown in there to inflate the price. But honestly, you get a theme and you get a guaranteed prism, and that is 250 diamonds for one guaranteed prism for a guaranteed theme. That's really close to an LE card selector, like honestly. I think the first thing that they did, I would assume, was during Dimpleverse 2, they were trying to see how people's interest was towards buying prisms for the vocal groups for Love Yourself Her, but I think one thing they didn't take into account was how limited edition themes were included. So some people were turned away, or when they bought it, they got the LE card, and they were just like, well, I can't do anything with this because I don't have the whole theme or something like that. But so I guess they decided to be more specific towards the theme. It's really interesting. It's honestly a slightly risky move. There's so many prisms being thrown around everywhere. Superstar BTS just feels like it is hitting that plateau, that limit, with so many of its events giving out prisms like it's nothing. Like it's kind of hard to judge because the people who would spend a whole bunch of money on prisms, they will get prisms and they will score hard regardless of whether or not they play well. I mean, okay, so most of the time if you have prisms, you will play well because you're invested enough in the game to improve your skill. But like just saying, the most of the time it's in terms of like fighting for whoever will score higher in the weekly league, it's whoever spent more money to get more completed prism themes. So this is so with the amount of prisms they're just giving out with okay, so like because you need to be competitive with Superstar BTS, the only way you can be competitive is getting prism themes. But if you don't spend in the first year, if you did not spend a lot on Superstar BTS, you probably did not have a single Prism LE theme. I mean, not Prism LE theme. Of course, you won't have Prism LE. You probably won't have a single Prism theme completed. Most people have like 5 or 6 prisms, but not 7, and they're just waiting for that one prism to complete their sets. But recently, like with the crap ton of prisms that they give out for the birthday events and whatever Halloween event, oh my god, there are so many like potential prisms you could have gotten. It's crazy with how much like people were willing to spend like 650 diamonds on to get 20 of them, and then you can get like 40 of them for like just essentially trading like 150 or 200,000 RP, which is like obviously that's worth way less than 650 diamonds. So BTS is honestly getting super inflated. I'm honestly like, maybe they're trying to plan something like the R50 opens up to R99 or something like that, which I think would be a crazy update because that just means that everyone suddenly needs to rush upgrade again, and then max score is going to be like 7,800,000 or something like that, some crazy bigger number. But yeah, so that, just so many prisms being thrown out for BTS. It's like, are they like, the gap is just gonna be closing? Like, I feel like now, probably I would say like previously in the first year, I'd say only 15% of the player base would have any chance of getting full prism themes. But now I would say it's probably around like 40%. Like, it's way higher. Just, the people who still play, it's probably like a 40%. Just, you play, it rewards you so much more now. And other things in this week are star level up times 2 and power up success chance times 2. It feels like an incredibly weird week to be doing this. Like, Jin's birthday, I think it's Jin's birthday next, is in December. So what's so special about this week that they're doing this kind of stuff? It's like they're gonna have a huge Halloween thing going on, which I don't think would make that much sense. But okay, now we gotta figure out what's going on. Yeah, that's BTS. So for next game is JYP. So last week, JYP did not get their Day 6 update, so that means this week they'll get it. Okay. So Day 6 Sweet Chaos. Newest comeback album. And so they updated with new theme. Like looks like this, which looks real good. It is not an LE theme, which I think the last Day 6 LE theme was Christmas last year. I think. Warm Wishes, I think that's what it's called, yeah. So I think a majority of people are waiting for an LE theme. They're like, oh man, you get so many itsy themes. Stray Kids got an LE theme. GOT7 only has LE themes. God, since their last album. Twice also has LE themes. Oh, gosh, so many groups have LE themes, and then people are just like, I want to collect them for Day 6 just so I could be done, and then start upgrading that. So, with the actual event, this is an incredibly lowballing event. So you'll have your song clears, and then so you'll only have to collect the A grade cards for all the members, and then a 2 million clear score would be a PCP30, and that would essentially just be the all clear. They'll give you the all clear reward. So, what does this mean? This means that they don't think there's gonna be that much people spending for Day 6, so they lowered everything, which I guess could be true if everyone went for a Halloween ITZY and Halloween GOT7 and Halloween twice. They kind of want to have a more relaxed sort of entry level for the event. But if you think about it, it's also like, why? Because for Gravity, they gave a whole bunch of diamonds for the anniversary. It was the Gravity comeback was right after the JYP anniversary, so that was like, it was just weird, just how recent it was after that event. So then they also made that event very easy to enter. So to be thinking that they did that with their Gravity album comeback, and then now they are doing it again for their Entropy album comeback, because Entropy happened right after Halloween. Day 6 is supposedly one of their more popular groups, but they are absolutely lowballing everything for the group. So I guess that means that they know it's a popular group, but it's not one of their like big player base kind of thing. I don't know, something changed after the ITZY one. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, they also have a special RP bomb, which was only $5 for 100,000 RP, and you can buy that 3 times, so 300,000 RP for $15. And what does that mean? It just means that people can restock right away after PUC for the first time in like half a year in JYP. So, if you don't want to play, there you go. It's RP right there. And a incredibly convenient time, I guess. I guess they knew that everyone's going to be spending for after Halloween PUC, so yeah. And yeah. So we'll review this once again after SM, and you'll know what I'm talking about. So now with SM, so SM has Taeyang Spark as an update this week, and they also have NCT Dream concert event The Dream as an update this week. So Taeyang's song Spark, Nabutia, it's a theme. It's a good theme. These cards look too similar in my opinion. The vocal card and the dance card, the same head tilt, same hairstyle. Could have had some more differentiation besides the little arm that's raised up, but it seems a lot of people love this theme. Other things are NCT Dream Premium Pack Limited Theme Chance, and that is supposed to go with their concert event. So it's a whole bunch of NCT cards as a collect event. And so then this one goes for the We Go Up group, the My First group, the Weeboom group, so all those three. And so you'll have collect Chewing Gun theme, Go theme, We Go Up theme, Candlelight theme, My First, We Young, La La Love, and I guess the Weeboom normal theme. And so it's also interesting because the all clear for the We Go Up groups and the My First group, they'll give you an NCT Dream card pack 5, which in turn can potentially give you LE themes. Interesting. But yeah, so what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, wait, 8. Yeah, 8 themes, and so 8 normal themes, and they have 6 members, 6 members, 7 members. So that is a lot of cards, and then the LA themes will have Drippin', Joy, 119, and Stronger as the LA themes. If I'm mistaken, I'm not missing anything. So the chances good. They're okay. They're not the worst, like Super Junior, but if you're missing 1 or 2, it's very likely for you to get an LE card, like at least 2 or 3. So when you buy your PCP 30, you could complete this event, which in turn can also help you get more of these pack 5s to give you more LE cards. And then you'll get Dream Show, which, it's okay. It's cool. I mean, I'm not in Korea, so I can't win this. So this actual Dream Show ticket doesn't mean anything to me. But LE themes, they could mean something to me. It's just that I have, personally for me, I have all the LE themes I need for the NCT groups. The only one I would say maybe is Drippin', but I'm not willing. It's not that I'm not willing. I don't think I'm able to get that LE theme because it's a 7-member group, and now you're getting into that weird kind of stuff. But it is a very friendly LE collecting event in terms of LE resales, which is very surprising because you have like the Super Junior one, which so Super Junior, Boa. Oh wait, no, Boa's also came back with the event. So it would just be Super Junior and EXO. Those ones came with not so friendly like group collecting, card collecting events. So those ones really didn't feel that that LE friendly. If you look at JYP, they've had Finding Twice 2 times already, and then Finding GOT7 and Finding Day 6. And all of those were like some ridiculous obtain this member card 10 times and then you'll get RP or a card or something like that. And then you'll get, if you collect each member 10 times, then you'll get 1 LER card. So that is like, it'll give you cards, but it's really more, much more complicated, much more work to do it. So this is honestly one of the friendliest LE collecting events, to a degree. LE resale collecting event. The other thing about this week is they also have a 14-day farmer's gift, which is odd. Why farmer? It ain't much, but it's honest work. It's some yeehaw gift. But yeah, like they had a spooky gift for Halloween, and now it's a farmer gift, but neither of them have profile pictures. It's just diamonds for sale for a membership. So what does that mean? I don't know. Might be building up into something. Who knows? But it's weird how it's only an SM. I guess just people spend an SM. That's the only thing I can think of. And so, now to talk about the other things. So, you have Woojin leaving Stray Kids, and you have Wonho leaving Monsta X. What does that mean for the games? So, Superstar SMTOWN has been the only game so far to have members removed after the game release. So with JYP, you had one of the Miss A members. I can't remember her name. I think it's Gia. So Gia leaving Miss A before the game release. So her cards did exist, but they just took them out. And so that's how Miss A is a 3-card group instead of a 4-card group, even though Miss A did not have another comeback after Superstar JYP's release. That's odd, I guess. Yeah, and then so for Superstar SMTOWN, they've had Luhan, Tao, and Chris as XOM members, but I believe that it was Chris who never had a card. So when SMTOWN was released, I believe it was Tao. Oh wait, no, it was Luhan who didn't have it. So it was Tao and Chris. Okay, well it was of those 3, it was 2 of them. So 2 of them had their cards in the game, and then afterwards they were removed and traded and gave you the option to trade in for a different card. And when Sully withdrew from FX, they also had that thing going for her. So recently after Kangin was left Super Junior and his contract was terminated, they also did a trade-in event for Kangin. And so for it's hard to say. For XOM, they removed it because of difficult, like in terms they removed those XOM members because they had whole bunch of court issues to get they like sued SM to get their stuff removed. So it was contract termination. It was like on bad terms. Solely it was because essentially it was because there was a chance that the FX would come back after Sully withdrew from the group, and they did with 4 walls. So I guess they just removed her because Sully's like cards for example, if she had a 4 walls theme, it just would not exist. So and just FX didn't get any updates after that, which is really sad. I like FX songs, whatever. Well, you know, that's been an issue for a while. And so Kangin, it's not like Super Junior's gonna have another comeback, but I guess it's Kangin in terms of his actual legal troubles, him being seen as some kind of, I won't say like criminal of the state or anything, but him having a whole bunch of legal disputes and like drunk DUIs and aggravated assaults. Just like it's not a very fun representation of an idol to put in your game. And like him being removed is just like honestly because SM probably doesn't want any association with Kong after all the trouble he's caused them. But then that's like a whole other different kind of K-pop political talks. So for these situations, Woojin, we don't know why he left not Super Junior, Stray Kids. Oh gosh, I'm so tired right now. Yeah, so we don't know why Woojin left Stray Kids. We just know that he's not a part of it, and then like the leader Bangchan was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I could not keep all the Stray Kids member together. Not hashtag 9 or none, but still happened. Stray Kids 8-member group. What's going to happen to Stray Kids? The difference between the previous EXO, M, and FX and Super Junior groups is that they did not have LE cards for the members that were removed, but Woojin has 2. He has I Am Not, and he has the side effects. So if they do some kind of card exchange, okay, so I think it's probably, I don't think they're gonna create another group for Woojin. Like, I don't think they're gonna create another Stray Kids group that like does not include Woojin. Like, I don't think it's gonna be an NCT situation. I think that they're probably gonna remove him within the next week or within the next month at the most. So when that happens, how are they going to trade in the limited edition card? Because they're essentially trading an LE theme for a normal card, but people have spent diamonds on collecting the LE card, or they have spent money on it. Money for those LE cards. So it's kind of more difficult to judge because of the more potential monetary value associated with each LE card. So I think that in terms of a card exchange, they're probably not going to do some sort of, I'll switch this Stray Kids LE card for a Twice LE card or something like that. Probably not going to do that. So if you want to trade your Woojin cards in the near future, if they were to do some sort of removal into a trade-in event, then tough luck. You'll probably just have to choose any other normal card theme. And so with Superstar Starship, Wonho leaving Starship and Monsta X. So that situation was because Wonho had an ex-girlfriend start publicly revealing stuff about him having debts and like stealing her stuff and selling them to get more money to repay his stuff. So it's like a whole bunch of nasty relationship related stuff. And I think like not even within a day, Wonho was like, "Oh man, that's not good. I think I have to leave Monsta X." It's like that story moved so quickly. It was so unbelievably fast. It was like by the time you heard of like, okay, so like you could probably wake up and then you could probably miss the news of Wonho getting these accusations, and then like once you're going to bed, you suddenly see Wonho leaving Monsta X. Like, what in the world just happened? Something just happened like throughout the day. I didn't even know. It's just like the accusations, like, okay, no big deal. Like people get accused all the time, and then like things get revealed about them. But to the fact that it was so severe enough that Wonho had to leave, it really had to mean something. Like maybe I wouldn't say like he's guilty, but like he's really afraid, or he really wants his members to succeed, so he doesn't want to have his image linked to his he doesn't want to have his accusations linked with his image, linked with Monsta X and Starship, so he withdrew from the group. But like my goodness, Monsta X has been going for so long, and in terms of the actual game, they literally just had Superstar Starship. And then again with the brand new game, I guess since it's brand new, like the trading cards, like, how easy would it be for you to just trade in a Wonho R card for like Mad Clown or for Hyolyn, who only have one theme in the game, or just especially this early on in the game when Monsta X has 8 themes now, or 7 themes, 7 or 8 themes, and then you could just trade an R card for, you can trade. You probably have like several, I would say like 10 Wonho cards that it's a combination of A, S, and R grade. So like trading Wonho would be too easy this early on in the game. Would they want to trade him? I hope so. If they're going to remove him from the game, are they going to remove him from the game? It's hard to judge. That's honestly Starship's call. So, oh yeah, also another thing to talk about is Starship and JYP. Both of these companies have the say of whether or not to like remove them from the game, to like make the request. Because probably for Kangen, it wasn't like Dalcomsoft saying, it wasn't Dalcomsoft themselves saying, "Hey, we don't want this guy in our game." It was probably SM saying, "Just remove him. We don't want his image associated with us." It's probably why that Dalcomsoft is not wanting to touch, why SM is not wanting to like touch anything related to Jonghyun, and Dalcomsoft figuring out a way to create that special shiny group situation post the departure of Jonghyun. But like, what does it mean? They're probably not gonna create a shiny system for Stray Kids or for Wonho. Stray Kids or for Monsta X, for Woojin or Wonho. So like that probably just means that their cards are gonna get removed. They're gonna have some sort of trade-in thing, and then within the next month or two, they won't exist in this game anymore, which is kind of sudden to think about. All of a sudden, just playing the game, and then hey, like first of all, their withdrawal from the group, their departure, their contract termination, it was out of nowhere. So they just have like Dalcomsoft themselves hearing about the news, like, man, what the hell are we gonna do for this game? So that's the hard thing about it's the hard thing about representing idols in your game is whatever things happen to them, you have to take into consideration for your own game. Like for example, the Super Junior play for Black Suit. No, 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 Black Suit. It was initially only a 6-member group because C1 had some controversy, and he was not participating in any song promotions. So the whole Super Junior Black Suit group was only a 6-member group, even though C1 was a participant within the actual comeback. So his card didn't exist. It was a 6-member group. And then after the event was over, I think it was like a month after it was over, then they added C1 as an actual, like, hey, by the way, he is a part of this group. And for people who probably had like, I would say like R31 or R41, the people who love Super Junior are something. For the 6 members, they probably was like, hey, we have a full R grade group, and then they add C1, and so all of a sudden their 6-card group was empty and an incomplete theme because C1 was now a member, and he was not, you know, he was not bestowed upon anyone. He just added, and people were like, God. Suddenly, it's like for like you think about someone having Super Junior play, like they do the event and then they upgrade a lot, and they're like, oh my god, I love the new group, and they put them in the top 5, and then C1 gets updated, and all of a sudden they can't put them in the top 5 because they don't score high enough when they're missing 1 card. That is now a 7-member group. So like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of like past things that Dalcomsoft has done regarding members who have faced controversy or have departed from the company. But for Woojin and for Wonho, I think most likely it's going to be the removal of their cards into some sort of card trade in. They'll figure out what the heck they'll do with Woojin because he has LE cards, and yeah, that's a future development. And when those things happen, then we'll talk about that. But for now, that's all we got. Any other things I want to talk about? Let's see. So I hope that for Starship they're gonna update something that's not Monsta X because I don't want the game to go down the same route, the same path as PLEDIS, because the way PLEDIS is just newest of a teen or sevest whatever words ended up happening for that. I want the game to end up like that. I want a more healthier game. And so that just means no consistent Monsta X updates, but it's also hard to judge because Wonho is no longer Monsta X members, and maybe people want to play more Wonho related. So it's like, it's hard. Like for all these games, I really wish they could have multiple song updates a week, except for BTS. It's understandable. They have one a week. They're trying to survive. I understand that. I feel, but there's so many albums that have like, say an album has 6 or 7 or 8 songs, and then Dalcomsoft will only update the title track, and then maybe for a future LE theme to update another side track, but most of the time, any album that exists, they only get one song in this game. And any comeback, they only get one theme in this game. Unless you're a super popular Red Velvet or Super M or Twice, GOT7, Stray Kids. Stray Kids has been getting recently, not in the past, but ITZY, Jesus Christ, ITZY, and 17. Oh my God, 17. There's so many cases, but we'll see what the case will be with Starship. Maybe they'll have Christmas themes because Starship has a bunch of Christmas songs. Maybe they'll have a K-Will Christmas theme. That'd be amazing. Some sort of LE theme within a month. So I guess start saving your diamonds, get your membership stuff going in, and yeah, PLEDIS, hip hop. It's honestly. There's very little interest in PLEDIS personally for me. I just play the game and hey, look, I score high and then move on next week, and then hopefully I'll be able to have some stuff going on for a future event. BTS is also kind of like, there's no reason to play. There's no reason to even log in if you don't have a box event or a birthday event. JYP, I really want more Day 6 updates. I really hope that this Entropy update does not mean that they're not gonna update other songs on their Gravity, but on their Gravity album. But Entropy has like 13 fucking songs. They got so much content. But Dalcomsoft's probably gonna focus on finishing the rest of the Twice album, so it's like, whatever floats your boat. And then they have GOT7 come back, and you have Stray Kids come back, so those weeks are gonna be occupied. So it's just gonna be even more delayed for day 6. How could you possibly not do a day 6 update on their actual comeback day when it is also the same day as your update? So like, just plain ignorance. It's kind of grimy feeling. Grimy, slimy. I don't know, whatever. SM, more comebacks, I guess. Super M's gonna get some sort of potential limited edition theme in the future as well, and yeah. Honestly, like, I want to talk about more, but I'm really tired right now. So unfortunately, I am not able to continue this episode at the moment. Hopefully, I'll find more people to talk with next week. So in the past 2 weeks, we had a very interesting Halloween one. Oh yeah, so I guess another thing I'll talk about would be this. That's related to all the games. So every single game has had app crashing compensation. So that was PCP 30, except if you're BTS, it'll be a PCP 20, plus 100 diamonds, which is crazy, plus 30 headphones, which doesn't matter that much in BTS, which means a lot in the other games. Personally for me, I have not been experiencing these app crashes, so they just came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, look at this free stuff. That's nice. There's been a whole bunch of free stuff given out in the past 2 weeks, so it's it's essentially just an off week, an off period until the next big Thanksgiving event and then the next big Christmas and then New Year's event. So we'll see what happens with the games. Yeah. Starship is in development. PLEDIS will see how they can save everything. BTS, how are you gonna save with in between comeback periods and birthday periods, like, and then SM's okay, it's fine. Across all these games, I think the game that I care about the most right now is JYP, because I'm just getting closer and closer to getting more R99 stuff. Yeah, so I will be ending this episode here. So if you have any questions or any other topics you'd like me to talk about in the following week, next week, then leave them in the comments. Join the SSRG Discord server. I'll also leave that as a link in the description. So on that server, you'll be able to talk about all these games in a very open manner. It's a very global server. I talk to a whole bunch of people from Europe and Asia, and that's mostly because I always sleep past 12. Right now it is 2 a.m. Daylight savings time, so have fun with that with your KSC, because Korea does not follow daylight savings time, so Korea's times are not going to change, so you have to change your times to go with Korea. So yeah, thank you for being here and listening, and sorry this was a bit of a shorter episode. I'm just really tired. So next week I'll be more energized because I've been working so much. Yeah, thank you, goodbye. Da 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 da. Jitty, jitty, jitty. Okay, that's too much. All right, bye.